Welcome to Generally Speaking, post-game edition for week 3. Generals come out on top 28-13 over the Michigan Panthers in the first Michigan Panthers home game in Detroit since 1984. Let's start things off by hearing from Coach Mike Riley.
It was great for our team to come up here and win this game. You know, we were looking at, Michigan was actually in town last week, and I went up and watched them after we played, and I thought, boy, they really looked good. They looked physical, and they were efficiently tight. I thought they had a real good plan. I thought it was going to be real hard, and it was. But I'm really proud of our guys to win this game. I think that this early time of the year to get that win up here at Ford Field was really good for the Generals. So I'm really proud of our team.
This was a matchup between the top rushing offense against the top rushing defense, along with first place on the line. Michigan 2-0, Generals 1-1, both coming off of wins in Canton a week ago. The game starts off with Michigan getting the ball first on their own 43 and two quick pass plays from Love to Quinn for 15 yards and a swing pass to Corbin for 16 yards. And right away, Michigan is settling in at the New Jersey 26-yard line. Couple of short gains, and it's 3rd and 6 from the 22, setting up the first big play of the game. And Toby Johnson coming up big with a sack. Great outside pressure from Hercules on this play. So here comes Cole Murphy for the Panthers from 45 yards out, and his kick is good. Michigan leads 3-0. They showed some good things on that drive, but they did stall thanks to the Jersey defense. 6 plays, 30 yards, 3 minutes and 10 seconds coming off the clock, 11:50 remaining in the first quarter. New Jersey takes the ball. Their drive begins at their own 35 with DeAndre Johnson under center to start. He begins with a short run to the right for 4 yards, a pass to Alonzo Moore, which actually gets wiped out by a penalty. So now it's 2nd and 12 for the Generals. A pass to Braden Bowman, the tight end, who sprints to the sticks for a first down, gets New Jersey back in business at their own 46. That sets up this very next play to Darius Victor.
His screen pass. Darius Victor, the little guy with blockers in front down the sideline. Touchdown, New Jersey.
Beautiful play on a run fake, 51 yards for the score. Darius showing incredible patience on that run, following his blockers and not outrunning his interference. PAT is good. 4 plays, 64 yards, 2 minutes and 41 seconds of clock chewed up. 9:09 to go in the first. Jersey leads 7-3, and it is on. Good kick coverage for the Generals on the ensuing kickoff. Panthers now operating from their own 27 to start this drive. An incomplete pass and a short completion, and already now 3rd and 7, staring Michigan in the face. New Jersey with some excellent pass rushing again. On 3rd down, Michigan dropping back to pass, and again an incomplete pass. Hercules with the pressure again. Generals really bringing the heat early in these first couple of drives, harassing Love and getting him out of any kind of rhythm. After a fair catch, the Generals begin their second possession on their own 25-yard line, and we've got 7:04 remaining in the first period. And on the first play, DeAndre Johnson takes off.
Here's DeAndre Johnson. His first scramble right up the middle. Running room, Johnson. He can outrun this defense. He's got a chance. 1 man to beat. And he runs out of steam. Chased down from behind by Sean Mahone.
Nearly taking it to the house. 71-yard run for DeAndre Johnson. Longest play so far in the USFL this season. 1st and goal, New Jersey from the Michigan 9-yard line. On the next play, it's DeAndre Johnson again.
From the 9, off the play fake. Johnson running again. Touchdown, New Jersey.
Rolling out to his right for the score. The kick is good. 2-play drive, 80 yards, 56 seconds off the clock. All DeAndre Johnson, and the Generals are on a roll early, 14-3, and we've still got 6:08 remaining in the first quarter. Skiba blasting the kickoff into the end zone, so it's 1st and 10 Michigan on their own 25-yard line. A 3-yard scamper by Reggie Corbin, an incomplete pass, and again, another 3rd down situation for the Jersey defense and the Panthers offense. Once again, New Jersey bringing incredible pressure. Love lucky to get the 3rd down pass off, and the Panthers forced to punt again. New Jersey thought they had a touchdown for a moment on this play, as it was initially ruled a backwards pass, very similar to what happened last week against Pittsburgh, but it was overruled by Mike Pereira, and that was actually the correct ruling. A nice punt by Kyle Kramer for Michigan, and New Jersey setting up on their own 18-yard line, 4:36 to go in the first quarter. On this drive, Trey Williams enters the game at running back, his first action of the season, and he had a few touches. A 5-yard run, a 5-yard grab, and then another 5-yard run sandwiched around a Cam Eccles looper 12-yard catch, and New Jersey is on their way. Another handoff to Marcus Green, the speedy wide receiver, and he's got the Generals at the Michigan 44. That happened very, very quickly. With the Generals clicking offensively now, it's 2nd and 6. Trey Williams carries for 5 more, setting up a 3rd and 1. But on that play, Williams gets stood up, failing to gain the first down. And that is where the first quarter ends. New Jersey up 14-3 and facing a 4th and 1. So will New Jersey go for it on the 4th and 1? That's the question. We had to wait out through the commercial break, but yes, they do. And they do it out of the shotgun again. And they give the ball to, guess who?
No! And they go the opposite way. Victor gets the first and more. What a stiff arm. Darius Victor, who already had a 51-yard touchdown run, adds another one from 35 out.
35-yard touchdown. Darius Victor, 9 plays, 81 yards, 4 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock on that drive. The PAT is good, and the Generals now firmly in control of this game, 21-3. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, 14:51 remaining in the first half. The one thing that concerns you, despite the big lead early, is that there's a ton of time remaining, and Michigan has a very capable offense. However, at this point, the Generals completely reigning on Michigan's welcome home party at Ford Field. Panthers received the kickoff and on one play quickly move across midfield thanks to a Reggie Corbin run. Panthers a bit desperate now to get something going against this New Jersey defense, which has been outstanding to this point. You can also start to sense the restlessness coming from the crowd, even though there's lots of time left in the game. And after starting the opening drive 3 for 3, Love now 1 for 5 since that point. It's 3rd and 15 now. Good pressure by New Jersey. Love escapes and manages to gain 12, but not enough for the first down. Sizer tripping him up just enough. It's 4th and 3 for Michigan from the New Jersey 37, and they do decide to go for it. And Jersey brings more pressure on this play. Love's pass tipped by Tyshawn Render, his second tip pass, turnover on downs, and it's New Jersey ball from their own 37-yard line. The Generals couldn't do anything with the ball after that turnover on down, so Brock Miller comes on to punt it away, and Michigan takes over on their own 18. We've got 10:06 to go until the break. Michigan, after coming up empty again, looking for any kind of answer, so they put in Carson Strong to replace Josh Love. And after a couple of handoffs, it's another big 3rd down, this time 3rd and 6, a situation where New Jersey has excelled in to this point of the game. But give Strong some credit here. He completes a pass to Quinn for a first down. We get to 2nd and 10, another tipped pass. The Generals really doing a good job of getting their hands up there. But Strong completes a pass for 17 yards to the tight end Hicotini into New Jersey territory. And Michigan is starting to move their first semi-sustained drive since early in the game. On the next play, a pass interference against the Generals has the Panthers sitting on the New Jersey 28-yard line, and we're approaching 6 minutes until the half. On a 3rd down and 10, Strong drops back the pass, and he's looking for his wide receiver, Trey Quinn.
Strong over the middle, caught. Quinn inside the 10 and all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan Panthers.
Huge drive by the Panthers, who really needed that badly. The point after touchdown by Murphy is good. 9-play, 80-yard drive, 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go until the half. This game has tightened up with the Panthers far from out of it now, 21-10. You have to wonder now if Strong, who looked good on that last drive, stays in the game after the team responded so well to him, or will Love see the ball on the next possession? We're going to have to wait to find out about that. But until then, it's Generals ball starting on their own 41 after a personal foul against the Panthers. And it's Cam Eccles looper for 7 yards on a wide out screen. Alonzo Moore on this play coming up hurt. Looks like it was his wrist. He definitely winced when touched there by the trainer, and he walked off the field. Generals really need some other wide receivers to step up with Alonzo Moore out. The Generals offense stalls there, however, and are forced to punt the ball back to Michigan Brock Miller dropping it inside the Michigan 10-yard line with under a minute to go until the break, and that's where the half ends. Panthers feeling it now as their defense comes up with 2 consecutive stops after the 3 scores to begin the game. 21-10 New Jersey at the half. A look of the halftime stats shows us that the Panthers hold an edge in time of possession, 15:52 to 14:08, although that's a bit misleading with the Generals having a couple of very short scoring drives. Total plays, 29-23 in the Panthers' favor. Total yards, however, that's all Generals, 257 to 137 at halftime. Red zone touchdowns, 1 for the Generals and none for Michigan. Total passing yards, 108 for DeAndre Johnson on 9 completions out of 10 attempts. A very high accuracy rate once again for DeAndre Johnson. And of course, the 1 pass touchdown to Darius Victor on that screen. Total rushing yards for the Generals at the break, 149 on only 12 attempts. The bulk of that coming on DeAndre Johnson's 71-yard run. And of course, the 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 each by Victor and Johnson. Turnovers, none for either team at the break. The third quarter begins with New Jersey starting at their own 38 with the ball. DeAndre Johnson back in at quarterback, but the Generals cannot get anything going, and they have to punt yet again to Michigan. 3rd drive in a row now that they did have to punt. Give Michigan's defense credit for settling in after that initial onslaught by the Generals. The Panthers taking over on their own 21, and Love is back in at QB. You can start to sense that momentum has begun to shift here on both sides of the ball. From their own 21, the Panthers get moving quickly with 2 first downs and then a Stevie Scott carry, which gets them across midfield and into New Jersey territory with under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Joseph Walker with a grab for another 10 yards and another first down. And suddenly the Panthers have found a rhythm. They've capitalized on that momentum, which they've seized at the end of the first half. However, on the next play, big drop by Stevie Scott. Could have had a touchdown. He had the ball in his hands, but couldn't hang on. The center of the field was wide open for him. And at the very least, it would have been a big gain. However, despite not capitalizing on that play, Michigan does manage to get the first down and is on the New Jersey 26-yard line. Another big completion by Love, who took a shot as he threw to the tight end inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. First down for Michigan, and now it's a full momentum swing. Give Love some credit on this drive. He was having communications issues, could not hear his coaches or get the play, so there was confusion, but he still managed to move the Panthers downfield. However, this is where the drive stalled. It's a 3rd and 13 key play for the New Jersey defense, and they managed to keep the Panthers out of the end zone and snuff out the threat. However, Cole Murphy comes on for the Panthers again to bang in a 30-yard field goal to cut the gap to 1 score, 21-13. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. That was a long drive for Michigan. 16 plays, 67 yards, 9 minutes and 13 seconds chewed up. That's a general style drive right there out of the Panthers. So now the script is flipped a little bit here. It's the Generals in desperate need of a score. And how about even just a few first downs to just get moving again? After that early scoring spree, the Panthers defense tightened up and has clamped down. So starting from their own 43-yard line, it's Darius Victor with a couple of carries. By the way, only 4 touches with 3:35 to go in the third quarter for Darius Victor. That's not enough. With the crowd getting loud now and the Generals facing a 3rd and 6, DeAndre Johnson takes off to try to get the first down.
Go! Johnson, can he get it to the 48? And the ball came out. Michigan recovers.
Big turnover. DeAndre Johnson fumbling the ball near the first down marker. First turnover of the game. And with 2:32 to go in the third quarter, Michigan, already with all the momentum, now has the ball back on their own 43. The quarter ends with Michigan facing a 2nd and 13 at midfield. And to the fourth quarter we go. Michigan starts the fourth quarter by turning that 2nd and 13 into a first down. And with 13:44 to go, they're on the move again. But a penalty, an incompletion, a tip pass, and another penalty has Michigan staring at a 3rd and 20. And Josh Love tries to do a little too much on the next play.
Maybe get a little bit more into field goal range if they can. And instead is picked off. Worst decision that could have been made. DJ Daniel creates the turnover for New Jersey.
EJ Daniel with his second interception of the season. Poor decision by Love, costly mistake throwing into double coverage like that, especially with his team having momentum and on the move to possibly tie the game. Can New Jersey now seize back momentum with a game-sealing long touchdown drive starting from their own 28 with 12:22 to go? Well, the Generals did come up with a game-sealing drive, but it didn't take very long.
So they don't take advantage of it, and New Jersey looks like they will. Alonzo Moore down the sideline all the way to the house. Right after the turnover, 72 yards and a score for New Jersey.
First play after the turnover, Alonzo Moore, 72-yard touchdown. Back after that earlier wrist injury. I guess he's okay. Longest play of the season in the USFL, the second longest, DeAndre Johnson's 71-yard run earlier in the game. So the Generals with the two longest plays now in the league for the season. One play drive, 10 seconds off the clock. Point after touchdown is good. 28-13 Generals with 12:22 to go. That was the Generals' third play of over 50 yards on the day today. It wasn't the long drive that you wanted to eat up some clock, but it was a touchdown drive, and it broke that streak of empty possessions for New Jersey. Panthers now returning the kickoff to their own 43, but Reggie Corbin injured on the return. Hopefully it's not too serious. It looked like a shoulder injury. He did not return to the game. The Panthers never really threatened again, getting as far as the New Jersey 36-yard line before turning the ball over on downs. And then it was just a matter of running out the clock, a couple of exchanges of possession, and that was pretty much the ball game. New Jersey comes out on top 28-13. They move to 2-1, as well as the Panthers dropping to 2-1. And because of the tiebreaker this early in the season, New Jersey now takes over first place in the North Division. A look at the final statistics. Passing, DeAndre Johnson, the man tonight, 10 of 15 for 180 yards, 2 touchdown passes, as well as 10 carries for 98 yards for DeAndre Johnson, and another touchdown, including that 71-yard run, which did not result in a score. He is our, generally speaking, player of the game for tonight. There was lots of candidates, however, but we're going to go with DeAndre Johnson. On the ground, in addition to Johnson's 98 yards, Darius Victor with 9 carries and 68 yards, also a touchdown. And Trey Williams, good to see him back, 6 rushes for 25 yards. Receiving, Alonzo Moore led the way with his 1 grab, 72 yards, and the game-sealing touchdown. Darius Victor with 1 catch, 51 yards. Of course, that being a touchdown on that screen play. Cam Eccles-Looper, 3 catches for 23 yards. Defensively, Chris Orr with 10 tackles. The guy has been a double-digit tackle machine all season long, 7 of those solo. DeJuan Hines with 10 tackles, 4 of those solo. Let's give a shout-out to Tyshawn Render. The guy had a sack. The guy had 2 or 3 tipped passes, and he had 5 tackles. And then we also want to give some love to Toby Johnson, who had another sack tonight, a big one early in the game on that first drive to snuff out what was the Panthers' best drive of the game. Once again, the final score is 28-13. New Jersey comes out on top over the previously unbeaten Michigan Panthers. Next on the schedule for the Generals, it's another unbeaten team. The 3-0 New Orleans Breakers come to Canton to face the 2-1 Generals in a battle of the 2 first-place teams. That's it for this week's edition of Generally Speaking. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at NJ_Generals and subscribe to our YouTube channel at USFL Today, so you get a notification when all of our shows are published. Thanks for listening. We will see you next week on the radio, 9 a.m., Fox Sports New Jersey, 93.5 FM, 1450 AM, and foxsportsnewjerseyradio.com for the Generals pregame show. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.